Without sports in the world, personally, I'm not sure where I would be at in my life. There's not a day that goes by that I don't see or hear something about a sporting event or even think about one. I have been involved in sports my whole life, and I'm actually a college athlete, and playing sports is what made me want to go to college. I know the effects sporting events can have on the environment, and I want others to know as well. So as you can tell, sports has altered my life in a big way. I know for some of you, sports may not be the thing you want to see or hear about, but sports is one of the biggest influences for people all over the world. Whether that person plays sports, watches sports, or coaches a sport, and even if you hate sports, it affects everyone environmentally, financially, and emotionally. The world's most widely viewed sporting event has been taking place in Brazil this June, and as many of you know, that is the FIFA World Cup. This soccer tournament takes place every 4 years, just like the Olympics, and is just as popular, if not more. According to Stefan, about 50,000 attend each soccer match, averaging to about 4 million spectators attending the World Cup. And on top of that, about 700 million people watch those matches on TV. All of this is using up to 3 million kilowatt hours of energy, which is similar to years' worth of electricity consumptions in 700 American households, according to the writer for the National Biotechnical Information Center, Charles Schmidt. This is just one large sporting event. Imagine what damage is done with all the large events combined, such as the Super Bowl, the Winter and Summer Olympics, the College World Series. The list can go on and on. But what precautions are we taking so we limit that damage to our environment? As our world has grown to realize how we need to sustain our environment, architects and sporting managers have come up with ways to improve the stadiums where the events take place. Energy-efficient systems can be used. Recycling and water conservation measures can be taken, and even just putting the stadiums in or near cities where there can get continued use out of them will make a huge difference. Like everything else in our world, sports cost money. From the socks on the athlete's feet to the game tickets in your hands, the money adds up, and it adds up fast. In fact, according to Autumn Spain, in this year's World Cup in Brazil, one stadium cost $420 million, which may seem not too unreasonable cost for such a big event, but there were 12 different stadiums built throughout Brazil for this one sporting event, which adds up to billions of dollars. And that is just cost for stadiums, not food or hotels for the millions of people coming for the event. Even though I am a big sports fan, I believe this is way too much money spent on something of such less importance than things that need more money spent on, such as hunger and poverty. But if we continue to keep funding events in stadiums as big as the Olympics and the World Cup, which I expect it to, the revenue from it needs to be used well and put back into making people and our environment better. And that money will help the environment and people dramatically. So if we put it in the right place, it can make a big difference. There are 7 different emotions a human can experience, and with sports, you experience all 7 of them. Anger because you lost, being content because you're relaxed, experiencing fear because of how the game can change, disgust because of a bad play, happiness because you won, or sadness because it's your last game, or surprise because it's completed an impossible play. The practice of being able to control your emotions is very difficult, but according to Dave Diggle, the emotional resilience process gives the athlete wider control of the information and sustains the needs to improve their game. Teammates are one of the biggest parts to a sport. In fact, without teammates, there wouldn't be a team to play the sport. Team builds friendships that can turn into families that can last a lifetime. So in conclusion, sports can I want you to remember the opportunities and downfalls that sports can bring to our lives. But I truly believe that the positive outweighs the negatives, and from Alice Henry from the Natural Resource Defense Council, we want people to understand that the bottom line of social equity, environmental integrity, and financial profitability is attainable, and sports is one of the biggest ways to get that, because almost everyone likes some sort of sport. Thank you.